See this, pay close attention because we may have found OKC's kryptonite in the form of the San Antonio Spurs. Just under 7 minutes remaining. Third quarter of this one, Thunder leading 72-70. Here's the MVP. Look at how smooth this is. Gets to the rack.
Get there.
Crafty from the veteran. By the way, in this one, as Victor Wembanyama doesn't come up with the block, his streak of 101 games with a block comes to an end. But here he is on the other end of the floor. That's just a human cheat.
It's not fair.
How do you stop that? Few possessions later, Spurs trailing 74-72. This is SGA drilling the step back three. We go to the fourth of a good one. SGA once again. There are other members of the Thunder, but it was SGA cooking last night. He would finish with 33 points and 8 assists, showing off the footwork here, trying to keep the Thunder in the game. Pay close attention to that commentary. Now just under 9 minutes remaining in the fourth. Spurs leading by 9.
Come on.
Guess what?
Let's go.
He's 7 foot 100. 7 from beyond the arc. Here it is again. Nope.
The
dime. Keldon Johnson, who'd finished with 25. That's OKC's fourth loss of the season. Spurs win 130-110. Here's Victor Wembanyama on their new celebration.
I would like, with my teammates, to introduce a little new tradition that we've been working on with the Jackals over there. So please, everybody, arms up in the air. Spread your arms.
They're building a culture here, Graz.
Yeah, man. They came up with that. That's brand new. Nobody else has a drum.
Very original.
Take a look at this. The Thunder 0-2 against the Spurs. 26-2 against the rest of the association. These two are going to square off tomorrow, Christmas Day, 2:30 p.m. Eastern on ABC, ESPN in Oklahoma City. The Thunder are currently a 9.5-point favorite for the rematch, courtesy of our friend. Where Stephon Castle had 24 points as the Spurs stormed past the Thunder 130-110 last night. It was San Antonio's 7th straight win, their second over Oklahoma City in the last 10 days. Victor Wembanyama added 12 points. He was coming off the bench for the 6th straight game after missing 12 straight due to a calf strain. Happy holidays. Get a look at these two. It's Kendrick Perkins and Tim McMahon getting up with us here on, well, Get Up. Spurs are 2-0 against the Thunder this season, boys. Tim, we start with you. Does San Antonio have OKC's number?
I'm not going to go that far after 2 games, as impressive as these 2 victories were, especially last night. Now, do they have their number? I won't say that. Do they have their full attention? Absolutely. Have they earned the Thunder's respect? Yeah. Have they managed to get Perk to leave that pearly white OKC championship jacket in his closet today? Yes, and that is one heck of an accomplishment. By the way, hey, do they have the best young big 3 since OKC had those 3 future MVPs on the roster way back when? I'll go that far right now, and this Spurs group is going to grow up together and be a thorn in the Thunder's side for a long time to come.
Big Perk, is it the Spurs who are the biggest threat to the Thunder in the West, or do you see it as somebody else?
Well, look, I think the Spurs are legit title contenders. I do believe that, but the biggest threat is still the Denver Nuggets, in my opinion. I would not dismiss what Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray are doing this year in the Denver Nuggets, but I will say the Spurs are legit title contenders, and they have put the world on notice. But when you look at Denver, Nikola Jokic is playing at an MVP level right now, as expected. Jamal Murray, he's averaging a career high right now, probably going to make his first All-Star appearance, and these guys just clicking on all cylinders. We're watching what the guy Bruce Brown is bringing to the table. They brought him back this offseason, and they're getting this done right now without one of their best players in Aaron Gordon.
Big rematch for the Spurs and the Thunder tomorrow, right on here on ESPN. Let's move on to Minnesota, where Anthony Edwards had 38 points as the Timberwolves beat the Knicks. Minnesota has now won 10 of its last 12 games. New York scored a season-low 104 points, but they were playing without Jalen Brunson, who is dealing with a right ankle injury. Perk, let's go right back to you. Anyone in the East beating the New York Knicks this season?
Look, I got the Knicks favorite to coming out of the Eastern Conference, and y'all know I'm a fan of Big Body Brunson. I just like how they're vibing right now under the Mike Brown system. Everybody is being a star in their roles. You got OG Anunoby. He's playing at an all-star level. Karl Anthony Towns has embraced the culture and embraced that offense and is sacrificing. He had 40 last night. And then you just got the guy, Josh Hart, who's the heart and soul of this team, who has been inserted into the starting lineup, and they're playing at an extremely high level, and you could tell the depth that they have coming in off the bench. Kolek is playing well. Jordan Clarkson has finally found his stride. So, again, I'm not going to disrespect the Detroit Pistons and say that they won't put up a fight, but I got the Knicks coming out of the East.
Tim, as currently constructed, is this Knicks team good enough to win the title, or they need to make a move for Giannis in order to make that happen?
Well, I've got a couple questions. First of all, how are they supposed to get Giannis? They're handcuffed with their picks. I think we're talking about a mythical situation that's probably not going to be reality. And then the second thing I'd ask is, are you sure that bringing Giannis in this season would actually make the Knicks better? Would it increase the Knicks' odds of winning a championship? Tell me the last time a team made that sort of splashy midseason deal and then went on a championship run. It usually takes a while for that to go together. So I think this is a situation that's not happening, and I don't think it would increase their odds anyway.
The injuries are starting to become a bit of a concern there as well for Giannis. Let's go to Phoenix. The Suns scored on 13 straight possessions to start the second half, on their way to a 45-point third quarter and a 132-108 victory over the Lakers. LA was playing without Luka Doncic, who is dealing with a calf contusion. The Lakers have lost 2 straight for the first time this season. J.J. Redick was unhappy with their defense, to say the least.
Does this group have enough, as currently constructed, guys who just play that way? And
no, we practice this stuff enough. We review this stuff enough. We show film on this stuff enough that, to me, it comes down to just making the choice. It's making the choice.
We doing we being real right now, and it's showing. There's no help. There's no resistance. There's no urgency. So, it's tough. And JJ's right. There's really nothing he can do. It's on us.
They are not mincing words in L.A. Big Perk, your reaction to Redick and Smart following last night's loss?
Well, I understand their frustration because you look at the Lakers and they just look old, right? They lack athleticism. They lack perimeter defense, and that's going to be the problem come postseason time, and this is why I can't anoint them as being legit title contenders. When you look at the game last night, the Phoenix Suns shot 59% from the field, 41% from the three, and the Lakers just don't have the personnel to defend at a high level. The Phoenix Suns system last night was go 5 out, spread, and go to work, and that's not going to cut it if you're the Los Angeles Lakers, but I will say this, J.J. Redick has to be careful on how he calls his team out in the media, because the one thing that you don't want to do is lose the ears and trust of your players in their locker room.
Excellent point. We haven't even made it to January just yet. Tim, Luka didn't play last night, but when he is on the floor, are the Lakers championship contenders?
Right now, this season? No. Hey, Nico Harrison told us defense wins championships. Crazy reason to trade that guy, but there's a little bit of truth to it. You at least have to be decent defensively. The Lakers aren't close to that. They have a chance to build a championship team around Luka Doncic, but they are at least a couple of transaction cycles away. They've got to get some perimeter defenders. They've got to get a rim protector. They have a chance to contend for championships with Luka, but it ain't going to be in 2026.
Gentlemen, thank you both very much. We appreciate the